Hi guys, I'm Benjamin and welcome to my YouTube channel. I come from a small town in the United States and just recently moved to Mexico to see what it's like here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. A little while back we got up at the amazing time of 6 in the morning to go see some whales flop around in the ocean. And as always, it's not a fun trip without a nice, calm, peaceful, short, 6-hour round trip. Here are some of the highlights. Here we are out in open land. Woo. Woo. We're like, not even close. Yeah, so that's all. The rest of the trip was the vast expansive nothingness of the desert. But with nothing to stop our trip but my weak bladder, we got there, eventually. And the first thing I want to say is that the port was super confusing and we didn't know where to park. And the second thing is, I want to say how quickly we got the boat into the water. Usually I talk about how we had to wait like an extra 30 minutes, but today they picked us up really quickly. Our excitement for this trip was at an all-time high. Just a few days before this, we had seen some whales way far out, and we were hoping we could see some just, a little closer up. Once we left the port, it took a surprising amount of time to see any whales, but when we did, they were kind of hard to ignore. There's a whale here, there's a whale there, there's a whale everywhere. And off in the distance, there was a ton of splashing from some whales, but they seemed to be a little more timid when you got closer to them, which is good because I don't want to get dropkicked by a whale. Now would be a good time to mention that I was just a teeny, tiny, weeny bit nervous about this whole trip. What if a whale just majestically sailed into the air and landed on our boat? Or what if a whale slapped me with its tail? That has to be like enough force to total a semi-truck. Even the way its name is spelled is scary. Is it an E or an A? But seriously, I think the best way to understand what I'm talking about is just to see them, so I'll be quiet for like 30 seconds. I don't think he actually gave a fuck. He's right down there.
It's coming out right here.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Cow. It made a rainbow. Yeah. Oh my gosh. How can it be that big? Doesn't make sense. So yeah, whales are pretty cool, right? My favorite moment was probably when we saw a whale near our boat. And I mean, look at that thing. It is massive. 49 feet to be exact. And I mean, they aren't that heavy. Like only, wait, is that 4 zeros? Now would be a good time to talk about all the cool stuff with gray whales. This is what their migration pattern looks like. Stopping right where we went and going all the way up to Alaska, which I think is insane. Like, that's some serious commitment. Imagine getting pregnant and then being forced to walk the Oregon Trail. That's what these whales basically have to do. And while we're at it, I might as well talk about some of the cool things I learned about whales. Gray whales actually have the longest migration route of any mammals. Their only predator is the killer whale and, us. JJ the gray whale was the biggest marine mammal to ever be in captivity, which is kind of sad. And there are all sorts of other whale fun facts, which I thought I could read out to you. Gray whales are nicknamed devil's fish because of their reactions to being harpooned, which I think is hilarious because I imagine some fishermen being like, "Hey bro, see this thing in the water? Yeah, I see it, let's shoot it." Whoa, why is it so aggressive? Because it's Satan? Gray whales are mostly bottom feeders. When gray whales give birth in Baja, they have babies that are 16 feet long. That's bigger than a Honda Civic. So yeah, whales are pretty cool. Our trip lasted for a few hours, and by then I was satisfied and ready to go home. And it was just as boring of a trip there, which is like, fine. I got to think about the whales on my way back and play Metroid Dread. Overall, I give this trip a solid 37.32 out of 39.54. I would greatly suggest to anyone that lives in this area to give it a try. It really is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and most people can only hope to see something that large out in the wild, much less be right next to them. But that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.